Hi everyone, my name is Jackson Nguyen. I'm 27 years old and I'm from the United States of America. When I first started losing my hair, I started noticing it in 2018. And during that time, I was going through a lot of stress from school. So I thought that my hair loss was due to stress. And so like anyone would, I started looking into different products and remedies to try to figure out how to regrow the hair that I lost. That's when I started looking into hair transplants again, because I felt like that was the kind of last resort for me because none of the other therapies worked. And so in January, I actually got a consultation here at the clinic. I sent them my diagnostic pictures. They quoted me and everything. They said the quote was good for 6 months. And so it stretched over that 6-month period. And so what I ended up doing was getting a second consultation because I wanted to see if there was any difference between me starting the oral versions of the medications and a 6-month period, or I guess 7-month period at this time. I got another consultation. They quoted me again. And so I told myself that if none of those regimens worked in the next couple of months, then I'm scheduling my hair transplant. And I chose Hair of Istanbul because I've been following this clinic particularly for 3 years. Being here has just been great and amazing, and it's made every part of the journey worth it for me. My hairline process, it was pretty interesting. I didn't expect for the presentation of the entire office. I was really surprised and just very in shock, really. When the doors opened on the main floor, everything was so bright and so honestly very, very aesthetically pleasing. And Mehmet is the person who I'd been communicating with on WhatsApp through the Hair of Istanbul, number. He kind of roughly drew my hairline. He asked me what my main concerns were, and my main concerns were definitely my crown area, because that was a part that I can't see, but I felt like other people could see. I'm a tall guy, so no one really notices that I'm thinning in that area until I actually tell them that I'm losing hair. So he roughly asked me what were my problem areas, and I said my crown, and then the kind of two sides of my areas in the front here were starting to lighten. They weren't per se receding, but it started to lighten up a little bit. So I wanted to definitely fill those in. So he roughly drew out, a hairline for me based off of the hair that I already had in the area. After they roughly designed my hairline, they shaved my head. They asked me if I kind of roughly liked the hairline. And, I had some spots that I wanted to adjust a little bit after their measurements, and he fixed it up a little bit. Fatih came in, and kind of intimidating at first, because when he walks in the room, it's definitely with a next level confidence that I want. They walked in and people handed him pencil. They handed him everything he needed to adjust my hairline, because they want to make sure it's perfect for you, especially if it's going to be a permanent solution. Or for the hairline at least. I didn't need to make any more changes after that. I thought it was really cool. Just overall, and just the detail that they take in your care here is just absolutely phenomenal. There's no clinic that I would recommend more than this one. I'm biased because I hadn't been to another clinic, but I think that this experience has definitely set the standard for any hair clinic. Overall, this entire experience had so many people involved in this process. I probably met, a team of over 15 people, from communicating on WhatsApp, meeting me at the airport and picking me up, checking me into my room, picking me up from the hotel, taking me to the clinic, meeting me at the clinic, having an escort coming up and down the elevators from room to room, and having different teams of people work on me. It just makes it great that they have so many people that are responsible for your care here. And it's definitely made this experience so much more special to me. I just know that none of it would have been possible without having such a great team that has been there and has just been caring for you the entire time. And for that, I want to say thank you, Hair of Istanbul. You all have been great, and I hope to see you in the new year. Another thing that I thought was super special and just attention to detail is that I had to use the restroom a lot during my procedure. And every time I got out to use the restroom, I kind of I had to use it an insane amount. I think I left like over 5 times per part of the procedure. Every time I got up, they were like, okay, like hold on, let us like wrap your head. And then like I go use the restroom. And then when I come back, like my blanket was folded. And I'm just like, why are you folding my blanket? Like I'm gonna come right back in like 20 seconds. I just thought that kind of, bedside manner, even though it's a small gesture, it goes such a long way. Like I'm important in clinic. It's just standard for them to, care about the little things where in my normal life, I wouldn't even think that would be a gesture that would mean so much. Like just folding a blanket. I'm like, I make my bed every day, but it doesn't make me feel like this. And so it makes me feel like they don't care about, the money that you bring to the clinic, but they care about the experience and, getting your confidence back. Because like I said, I've been losing hair for 5 years now. And so having people and a team of people that care about you in a way that just, I wouldn't even think was imaginable made this experience so much nicer. And it's just like, I'm rambling now because there just aren't words to describe the kind of experience that I've had here. Like I'm from America, and like the care that I've seen in my own care has been nothing like the experience that I've had here in the one day I've been here. If you're out there, if you're losing your hair and you're thinking about doing a hair transplant, I think this is the clinic to come to. Like, they've been great.